Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the last Tri-Beam Tien, the INT LR free-to-play Prime Battle unit, and just how good he is after his Extreme Z Awakening on DBZ Dokkan Battle. Now Tien is really cool. He is a really top-notch character. I think he's probably one of my favorite characters from Dragon Ball. And no, not because he aura farms or because of Dragon Ball Abridged, although I do find that hilarious. I think Tien, if you watched Dragon Ball the series, so the first series, I think you really grow to really like Tien, and he has his moments in Dragon Ball Z, but really his prime time was Dragon Ball. Now Saiyan Saga was really cool. As always in Dragon Ball, every character gets their time to shine, even if it is for only a brief moment, and Tien had that moment in the Saiyan Saga. This unit is based on that, and has lovely animations for a free-to-play character, so immediately I really like him. In terms of performance, very good. So the ECA, he was always a unit that when he first came out was pretty cool, but was very limited. So Saiyan Saga, not super great as a team. He, Earthlings, like all those categories, even when he first came out, like half of them didn't exist. Bond of Friendship, for example, wasn't really a thing. Earthbred Fighters wasn't really like a major thing. So, you know, he's gained a few more categories, which is fine. But really, it's also the fact that those teams have become stronger. We've got the Strength LR Tien now, we've got the General Tao, we've got a lot of really interesting units that kind of work alongside him. That I think makes the interesting conversation, and that makes them a lot more possible to use. We've got the Saiyan Saga team upgrade for new players, so there's just lots going on. So there's a Saiyan Saga lead of 150%, raises attacking defense for 1 turn, greatly lowers attack on those 12 key. Raises attack by 103% for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage while sacrificing 5% HP on his 18 key. Attacking defense of 150%, launches an additional attack, and for 10 turns from the character's entry turn, key +3 and damage reduction rate of 13%. When there's an extreme class enemy, he gets key +3 and launches an additional attack for 10 turns. And for every attack performed, attack and defense of 103,000 up to a max of 1,030,000. When attacking with 12 or more key, he has a high chance of performing a critical hit, and when attacking with 18 or more key, he has attacking defense of 103% up with a chance of performing a crit up of 20%. When activating the active skill, when attacking with 24 key, his crit chance goes up by a further 30%, and his attack goes up by 103. When HP is 50% or more, he will launch an additional super and has key +3. When HP is 50% or less, he has key +10. His active skill can only be activated when his HP is 50% or less, starting from the 4th turn, and that gives him 10 key and 30% defense for 1 turn. So Tien builds raw stats, but we're talking a raw million. So Tien's defense can get to around 1.2 million with support, which honestly is pretty good. When you factor in that he's going to, do some pretty good damage with his crit chance, he's actually really solid. And then you also have to remember that when attacking with 18 or more key, his attacking defense goes up by 103% again. So his defense goes up even further. We're looking at a guy who can have easily well over 2 million defense, and I think that's really impressive. So you couple that with his 13% damage reduction for the first 10 turns, and I think he's a pretty solid unit. Not saying he's, an absolute first-slot tank, but 1.2 million defense, 13% damage reduction, over 2 million post-super means that he's in a good space. He's a reliable, comfortable unit, and I think that's really where he's most exciting. So let's talk about him. Let's talk about what gets him going. Let's talk about, where to kind of maximize him. So Tien will have 100% crit chance at 24 key. He will have 50% crit chance base, and then he will at 12 or more key. And 18 or more key has 70% crit chance. So Tien immediately has very high crit. Like we're talking super duper high crit, very solid unit. One of those units that has such a ridiculously high base of crit that he can do big damage. He can get to attack stats of 27 all the way up to almost 30 mil. That's without being max link leveled or having fully offensive gear. And I think overall he can do quite a few attacks. His potential system I already covered in another video, but I would definitely say you want to go for dodge. Dodge helps him add an extra layer of defense to his mechanics, and he already has so many additional attacks to help him build up, and has additional supers built in, and he has crit, so giving him a combination of that additional plus evasion gives him a really good foundation to run at a high level. So I thought it was very, very good. Honestly, I thought it was a very, very impressive unit. For a free-to-play character, as much as we have seen units like Demon King Piccolo, who obviously, you know, can hit those kind of heights, we've definitely seen an improvement with free-to-play characters to obviously match the meta change. But I think Tien looks really, really cool, and what I like about him is that he's very simple. You know, you put him in, he attacks a couple times, gets the job done, does his thing. I think that's really cool. Like, I think that's something that I really like about Tien. Obviously, the caveats to him, so he's limited. He's not got a lot of teams, not got a lot of categories. His link set, abysmal. Link set is all over the place. Crane School, Telepathy, Solid Support, Shocking Speed, Z-Fighter, Sharing the Limit, Legendary Power, all great. If you have other Tiens or Shatsus. But if you don't, then he's not really going to function at full speed. His active is also actually fairly difficult to get off. Being below 50% health after turn 4 isn't so easy to do. Generally, players don't want to operate in that realm of below 50%. And I like the active skill, but it doesn't feel like it does a tremendous amount. It feels like it helps, but it doesn't feel like it does a huge, massive amount of work. So yeah, look, all in all, I think Tien is very, very good. I think he's a great free-to-play option. So I think a lot of players can really enjoy using him, can really enjoy running him. I think he helps out the free-to-play Sand Saga team, so I have no issue with him. Anytime they bring us a great free-to-play that we can utilize to augment free-to-play teams, or just build and run really nice free-to-play setups, for me is exciting, and I think is very, very good. So I'm very happy with Tien overall. I think lots of players probably should enjoy him. I think you'll definitely have a great time. Look, other than that, I think for me, there's definitely a consideration around his links, and that is going to hold him back. And he is a free-to-play, and he is still relying on raw stats, so he's going to age, definitely for sure. Yeah, Tien's not going to remain as Chad as he is, the way Dokkan moves. The fact that he's not got percentages in his passive is kind of like a huge red flag, really, if you think about it. But yeah, for me, really cool unit. So yeah, bye.